of our attitude, particularly the gender issues. The girl that spoke, is taking the torch already. And in Oromo it says, Abdi dargaggeessa jaarsi lafa dhiitaa, which means, they are taking it up. And that is very interesting. It is thought-provoking. Unity in diversity is a phrase that has been around since 5th century BC. Particularly, India offers unity in diversity. That was what teachers in high school used to say. But it is very, very important and mandatory that diversity is recognized, appreciated, to take the right step forward for unity. A union that the gentleman said over there, it is not going to be a genuine union and taking a step forward if it ignores minorities in America, including Red Indians, Black Americans, or African Americans, should be recognized, and a great step forward would be taken to realize further that union. That is very important. From historical point of view, those who undermined diversity and did not want to talk about diversity, as I said yesterday, until about 1991, they were carrying problems and grievances in their hands. And even that, those grievances, those struggles resulted in what happened in 1991. And after that, recognition of nations, nationalities, and people, the marak, if you want to. he wanted to take the water. He said in Oromo, that was it. Therefore, if we recognize this, if there is equilibrium, as my friend pointed out, we can get along, we can build, we can make socio-economic transformation. There will be no mountain that we cannot move. There will not be infrastructures that we will not straighten up and crisscross the country in a very trustworthy manner. But it is not genuine, based on the basic tenets of the Constitution and the phrases that are therein. It won't really work. It will break our backbone, and we will be breaking our heads without any agreement. Thank you.
This is happening in Gimbi. Here in Gimbi, for 49 or 48 years, I remember how Gimbi looks like. Destroyed. It's only the coffee have been very important element here. But now, in a town where I shared my childhood, this big thing is happening. And thank you very much for the social science department or social science faculty of Gimbi University to organize this magnificent, interesting. I'm really happy to see Gimbi accommodating all this diverse thinking, and then that we talk in Gimbi, in town of Gimbi, about unity and diversity. And then I think next time we'll go less for this intellectualization or hair splitting, and we'll try to go down and see what's really going on within our people. And this is the point which I'm going to discuss with you now short. What happened is that last year we have been invited by Marcus, it was the second anniversary of the establishment of this institution. And many scholars from Marseille University, from different universities, and also many scholars from University of Hamburg, Rome, and we were gathering there, and there was a very interesting discussion. In one discussion, one guy, I think he was from University of Hamburg, from Germany, an Ethiopian guy, was discussing about one clergy culture what lived before, I don't know, 200 years or so in Punjab. And this guy has got a very big profile. Jesus Waqjra wrote the history of Punjab. And then again came based on this many guys who crossed Abaya or Abai from northern part of Wollega, from Shambu and some from Imo. And then they have been participating in many lives. They have been really intellectuals in sharing their knowledge to the people. And so, in addition to Dr. Jesus Waqjra, as I told you, 4 or 5 guys, especially from the northern part of Wollega, have been called that speaking. And then what they have contributed for that society. And the number was very surprising. And again came the East India, who have been dictating Al-Qataya about the history of Ethiopia. It's controversial. Professor can correct me, but it is very controversial in a sense. Whether East India has dictated the way Al-Qataya has wrote that history is another question. But the point is that the Ethiopian history was dictated by Estino. This was also an issue in that conference. Kind of history about such kind of social intermingling between our people. So I said that army የሁሉ ሰው ከሀገሬ ከዛ መጥቶ እዚህ በተለይ ክለርጂው ህይወት ውስጥ በቅኔው በግዕዝ ውስጥ ትልቅ ቦታ የያዙ እና አሁን እኔ ሊቃነ ቀምታ ሀገሬ ሲሄድ ምንድን ነው ብለው የሀገራችን ሰው የት አለ ቢሉኝ አሜሪካ ኖሮ ብለው ወይስ ጎጃም ነው መጣው ብለው እና this is very fascinating for me. I said that. So I saw a kind of an opportunity, you know, when we are talking about our unity, there are other elements really which really connects us. There's, you know, this is a kind of a special intermingling between the Oromo people and the Amhara along the Blue Nile River. And we can see the same thing, the Amharas with Tigray, the Tigray with Afar, the Afar with Kareyo Oromo, and again if we go down to the south, it's really fascinating how the Oromo people with Gedo, with Sidama, with other people have lived. So there's a kind of a chain. We have to really think about these points also. You know, when we are thinking about finding a kind of a noble idea, which is really big and so it's not bad in thinking that way, but there are small elements which we really sometimes neglect to recognize, which can really give us a hint to our unity, which is already there. So, based on that, I suggested, you know, I will probably go to Wollega University and connect the Marcus University with Wollega University. There are now about 32 universities in Ethiopia. So, these universities, these are a prestigious institutions. So, they can be really a motivator to link, to identify these small elements which we cannot really recognize. I'll be here discussing with the Wollega University, and with this initiative, we are trying to work on those cultural elements, those important social intermingling, participate in such endeavor. So the main point is this. So most probably, I don't know, because we are just an association, the Ethiopian Association. What we can do is that just, you know, give some kind of input from our side in terms of literature, poetry, matters. But the driving force must come from the intellectuals, from the universities. This is what we feel. And then this is a kind of a beginning of informal or informal link between the Marcos University and then Wollega University on the issue which had been raised at that Addis Ababa Institute of Cultural Studies, which comes with the idea Alek Ataye Wajira wrote the history of Gonja, and Kestin who dictated Alek Ataye about the history of Ethiopia. So I think let's go for this, and then if it is really accepted by you guys, and it give us a kind of thank you very much, and I don't know if somebody can reflect on this, Professor, if you can, I'm really happy.
And from Institute of Ethiopian Studies, he took out that book, but that second name was erased in that book. That's what I saw, honestly. And there is no need to erase that. And now it is recognized. And the question of the two universities can collaborate to do further research. Who has done what, who contributed, and why is extremely important. And historians are definitely pursuing the truth. They do not really neglect dust, archival materials, until they get common cold and the like. They dig, and there are further things, further diggings that should be done by youngsters, and I am highly thrilled by the varieties of papers that were presented in this symposium. And this symposium, the title is thought-provoking. It opens our eyes to do further research. And youngsters have a long way to go. I know how much I toiled to get to this level, and you have a long way to go to get to this level. It's open now. The field is much more open for you than it was for me in the early days.
So unity